Hello and welcome back to Just Smell Better, the best fragrance channel in the world. I sampled all the Louis Vuitton fragrances so that you don't have to. Only the fresh ones, because I did try Ombre Nomad in store and it was horrible, man. I don't like oud, so that one was out of the window. But when I smelled all the fresh ones on store, they kind of got mixed up. I lost track of which one was which, so I got them confused. So that's why I decided to sample all of the freshies. So let's start with Imagination by Louis Vuitton, the most popular hyped cologne there is right now. I think on TikTok, this is probably like #1. And I do gotta say, I bought these samples from Micro Perfumes, but I didn't realize they came in these little sample vials, not these atomizers, not these travel sprays, I mean. So I had to use my own equipment, my own 3 milliliter little decant travel sprays, so that I could actually spray it and test out the scent properly. And at the end of the video, I will be trying out this Creed Aventus that I haven't tried out. So when I tried out Imagination by Louis Vuitton, I kind of had mixed feelings. I was kind of disappointed and also kind of like relief that I'm not missing out on anything. Because don't get me wrong, bro, when you watch all these YouTubers, you get like guilt tripped or like pressured into buying these colognes that they hype up. They tell you Imagination is like the must own from the Louis Vuitton collection, and they're lying. They're lying. It's not that good. Like, don't get me wrong, the scent itself is decent, but I was so disappointed because I was like, I've smelled this before and for a way cheaper price from Game of Spades Full House. And I'm not saying to promote this one, you know, you guys know I don't usually buy clones, but when I smelled Game of Spades Full House, I was kind of disappointed because I was like, is this how Louis Vuitton Imagination smells like? Like, I was expecting something mind-blowing. So when I got this one, I was like, it must be something different. It must be like a little bit better. And it smells exactly the same as Full House. So take it however you want, right? You can either claim that Louis Vuitton Imagination is overhyped and it's not that good, or you can take it as Game of Spades Full House is really, really good, especially for a clone and for a cheaper price. The second Louis Vuitton that I sampled is L'Immensité. L'Immensité. This one, man, I was a little bit disappointed too because it was my second Louis Vuitton that I tested out. And I was like, man, this brand better like step up their game. And when I sprayed it, it felt like I was wearing a nicer, cleaner version of Versace Eros Energy. It keeps like that laundry detergent vibe from Imagination. Honestly, all of the Louis Vuitton freshies kind of keep that like fresh, clean, soapy vibe, but it adds a little bit of lemon or lime, and it's just like a citrusy freshie. And like, it's good. I get it. I get why people like it, but for the price, not worth it at all. Not worth it at all. And this made me realize that, bro, Louis Vuitton is not niche. You know, I don't know why I thought Louis Vuitton was niche. They're literally a designer, but they got niche prices, so that's why I was confused. And so you're buying a designer which people usually hate for being basic, and you're paying $330. Come on, man. I don't know why these influencers hype up Louis Vuitton so much. This one did not make me a fan at all. It smelled like pure lemon, a pure freshie for like quadruple the price that you should be paying for it. The third sample that I tested out was Pacific Chill. Now this one is the only one that I actually liked. I wore it to work in the warehouse loading trucks, and I felt a little bit, you know, weird because, you know, you're not supposed to wear Louis Vuitton to a warehouse. That's kind of like out of place, you know, but I was smelling amazing. I was smelling my hoodie, getting whiffs of that Pacific Chill. I don't know what notes was in this one, because this time, instead of doing first impressions, I actually tested them out and tested the performance. This one had the best performance. I got out of my shift, like a 5-hour shift, and I was still smelling it. This one was the only one that I could kind of justify spending $300 on a full bottle. And the only thing that makes it justifiable is the fact that Louis Vuitton does refill your bottles for a cheaper price. I think it's probably like 25% off. And especially for me, if you use those samples, that might be a good way to profit. But if you're just looking for a nice scent, like a signature scent, I wouldn't recommend any Louis Vuitton other than probably this one. Like, it's decent enough to be justifiable. You could still just go for something better, even some niche like Parfums de Marly, way cheaper, like $100 cheaper, which doesn't make any sense. But Pacific Chill is the only one that I can actually vouch for as a like worth the hype kind of fragrance. Like this one, I might pick up a bottle if I get rich at one point, you know, but right now, hell nah. The next Louis Vuitton that I sampled is California Dream. Now this one, I wrote some notes on my little notebook. This one, I wrote that my new sweaters smell more than the fragrance, because during that time my girl gave me a hoodie for Valentine's Day and I was wearing it, and you know when you get a brand new hoodie, that smell stays on it, like you walk around with a brand new hoodie smell. I picked up more of that brand new hoodie smell than I did from California Dream, which means horrible performance, horrible projection, and nothing that stands out. It was just another freshie, just another clean, soapy, out the shower freshie, and my hoodie smelled more than the actual fragrance. That's wild. The next cologne that I sampled from Louis Vuitton is Afternoon Swim. This is, I think, the third most hyped Louis Vuitton after Pacific Chill and Imagination. And I kind of get it, like it smells decent. This one I do remember testing out in store, and all that I got was oranges, citruses, maybe a little bit of grapefruit and lemon. It was a citrus bomb, so refreshing, but the performance went away in like 2 to 3 hours. So like I said, you can buy so many designers that smell like this. For example, if you want a realistic orange scent, Terre d'Hermès. Terre d'Hermès is your best option. Smells clean, a little bit spicy, masculine. 50 bucks for this, or $330 for Afternoon Swim. You let me know, man. Like, yes, your Louis Vuitton fragrance is gonna look good on your shelf. Like, people are gonna walk in and be like, damn, you owe some Louis Vuitton? You must be rich. But no, you're not rich, because your bank account is suffering. So the next cologne that I sampled is City of Stars. This one was pretty unique. I think it smelled like sunscreen, if I'm not mistaken. This one's the one that smells kind of like body lotion. It was nice and smooth. I didn't like it when I tested it out first, but now that I'm smelling it a little bit more, I think it developed into a more richer version of itself. I like it. This one is probably like my third or second favorite one, like probably my third favorite one. And that's just because it is such a nice, clean scent. Kind of reminds me of like Prada L'Homme, but a little bit fresher and a little bit cleaner, which is kind of crazy, you know, because Prada L'Homme is already so clean. And my last Louis Vuitton that I sampled is Meteor. This one has a little bit more ambroxan, a little bit more synthetic. It's not just fresh and clean. This one is actually a little bit more loud. It has kind of like that Percival DNA, that Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce DNA, which makes it synthetic and a big compliment getter. Like, I don't know what it is about ambroxan, but it kind of brings out like a smell from your own skin. It kind of just like brings out your masculinity, if that makes sense. That might be a little bit weird, but I do enjoy this one a lot. Probably my second favorite from the samples. I think first favorite was Pacific Chill, second favorite Meteor, and third favorite City of Stars. And now let's actually test out Creed Aventus. I haven't tested this one out, which is kind of crazy because I have Club de Nuit Intense Man, but I've never tested out the actual Creed Aventus. I've tested out Creed Aventus cologne. That one was amazing. So here's what I did with my Louis Vuitton fragrances. Like I said, they came in this little sample vial, but they don't got an atomizer. So I opened it. I already spilled some of it, and then I poured it on my own equipment, my 3 milliliter sample decants, just like that. And that's all you get, man. That's all you get for the samples. I paid like $11 per Louis Vuitton fragrance, which is crazy. So let's test out Creed Aventus. Let's see. Okay, not too crazy about it. It kind of smells pretty similar to Club de Nuit, which, I mean, it's a cologne, you know. So again, I'm surprised how accurate these clones are, because like I said, Game of Spades Full House smells like, man, 95% similar to Imagination. There's like no different. I like it, man. I like it. Like I said, I love Club de Nuit Intense Man. One of my best compliment getters. Gonna be wearing it a lot for spring, so I like Creed Aventus. I give it a big plus. So that's it for the video, man. I guess the lessons that I learned from sampling all the Louis Vuittons is that none of them are actually worth the price. None of them are actually worth the hype. Those TikTokers are lying to you. Don't buy Imagination. If you do want Imagination, buy Game of Spades Full House. I'm not affiliated. Now I got no link. Nothing, man. I'm just here to give you my opinion. Again, it's my opinion, and I'm here to try to, you know, keep you smelling good for the cheaper price. I'm trying to save your money by spending my money and sampling all the Louis Vuittons. The only one that's kind of worth it, Pacific Chill, and maybe Meteor. But that's it for the video, man. Thank you for watching. Again, I'll be in Florida when you're watching this, so if you buy my fragrance samples, they might be a little bit late. I will email you, but I'll get them to you as soon as possible. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Just smell butter.